I'd love to share with you on two values that we pursue within the leadership of City Hall Pinetown. It's two leanings that define the pattern of ministry within the life of City Hall Pinetown. These two values are, firstly, narrow the focus versus doing too many things, and secondly, defining the win versus open-ended goals. And when we consider focus and narrowing the focus, we look at the example of Jesus. Jesus could have done a plethora of things. He could have been the best doctor the world ever saw. He could literally heal people by just touching them or speaking over them. But that was not the thing that he was called to. If he started doing all these things, becoming the greatest king, becoming the greatest politician, that would have stolen the mission and the main thing that changed and impacted the world, the salvation of all mankind. So he needed to focus on that, the mission. In the same way, the church is called to focus on the things that God has called us to, not to try to do everything, not to try to be everything for everyone, but to focus on the things that He has given us. And sometimes that even means to do one or two things and not everything. It is that old slogan that goes, when you are a jack of all trades, you are master of none. And in this regard, we need to become masters of one or two things to see greater life change take place. In this, I'm reminded of a quote from Henry Ford, and he said the following: "A weakness of all human beings," Henry Ford said, "is trying to do too many things at once. That scatters effort and destroys direction. It makes for haste, and haste makes for waste." And if we want to see life change happen, and we don't want to waste energy, we don't want to waste time, we need to lean towards narrowing the focus. Colossians 1:28 says, "This is the essence and focus of our message. We awaken every person's mind, instructs every individual by bringing them into the full understanding, the flawless clarity, in order that we may prove and present every person perfect in Christ." And secondly, the second value of defining the win versus open-ended goals. This is something taken from Andy Stanley and their book, Practically Speaking. And the simple thing is this: when we gather as a small group, when we gather as a church, in every gathering, in everything we do, there's a sense of what the win would be in that situation. What are we aiming towards? In leadership, we have this built-in drive to want to win. So when you get a group of leaders together, and you don't define the win for them, they define the win for themselves because they want to win. They want to walk away. You might not succeed at what you thought was going to happen, but they're going to walk away feeling like they did something well, they won in this. So if you don't define the win, we start pulling in different directions, so we work against one another. And the thing that is important, the thing that we want to see happen, the win that we want to pursue, is not achieved because we didn't define it. Why do we gather as small groups? Why do we do Sundays? Why do we do the things that we do? If we don't define the win, we set ourselves up to split our energy, to split our unity, and to take away the capacity we have to see life change take place. So we need to be a people that lean towards defining the win in every situation. And the more detailed, the more specific we can be, the better we will be at seeing life change, seeing depth in the way we do things, and not just waste energy and time. We need to lean towards defining the win.